Welcome back. Thom Hartmann here with you, and Marie in Oak Creek, Colorado. Hey, Marie, what's on your mind today?
I love the fact that you used the word obscene. That was so right on. I would contend that what's going on right now is not just obscene, it's absolutely demonic. It is immoral. And it plays to absolutely all the worst aspects of the human condition. I want to go back to something that Nina Turner said a moment ago, and I thought it was so right on, too. She said that there is some indication that if the ACA is repealed, that there will be 33 million people who will have no health care.
Right.
So we need to start calling this what it actually is. I think Mitch McConnell has revealed their hand in saying, well, we'll just repeal the whole thing. This is a tax break for the ultra-rich. And this strips it away, takes away all of the facade that there's some kind of care for middle-class and low-income people. It strips away the facade.
Yeah. No, the Republican Party doesn't give a rat's ass about anybody who makes less than $1 million a year, or probably $300,000 a year.
Yeah. We need a constitutional amendment that says that health care and education can never be for-profit. We need something written into the Constitution that solidifies that so they can come back and do it. Because healthcare and education are absolutely essential to a culture, to a society, to a nation.
Yep.
We are crumbling before our eyes. You had a caller on about, probably 2 months ago who talked about the fact that we need to call it what it is. And this is back to Senator Turner's rebranding or language issue. We need to call this culling the herd. This is intentional human sacrifice. You and I had a conversation about this several months ago, about what constitutes human sacrifice. These people are considered expendable. Not these people, you and I are considered expendable. We are only useful in so much to the extent that we increase the wealth of the wealthiest people. And once we don't do that anymore, we should die.
Well, what's happened, Marie, is that rural America, middle America has become a sacrifice zone, and the Republicans and the billionaire oligarchs who own them are trying to tell the people who live in the sacrifice zone that it's the Eastern Democratic elites, East and West Coast Democratic elites who created this sacrifice zone, when in fact it was Republican policies from the get-go, all along. And you know, the Democrats have always opposed these free trade deals. It was so weird to watch Donald Trump yesterday giving a speech pitching, you know, how much he hates free trade, with Mike Pence standing behind him, smiling and applauding, while Mike Pence supported every single free trade deal, as did the majority of the Republican Party with every one of these free trade deals, and the majority of the Democratic Party with every one of these free trade deals opposed them, even though in the case of Clinton and Obama, their presidents were in favor of them. The party itself and all of the elected officials in the party who were, or not all of them, but the majority of them in the House and the Senate and in state houses all over the country, opposed those. So this is, you know, Trump ran as a Democrat, and on this issue, on trade, you know, he is. But you're absolutely right with you know, stripping health care, you know, going back to 55 million people without health care, that is human sacrifice. I agree with you, Marie. Very well said. And I also agree with your suggestion that it should all be nonprofit. I grew up in Michigan in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and ran you know, 2 companies there. And at that time, this was pre-Reagan, it was against the law for a hospital in Michigan to be for-profit. So all the hospitals were nonprofits. It was against the law in Michigan for a health insurance company to be for-profit. So the major health insurance company in Michigan was Blue Cross Blue Shield, which was nonprofit. And I believe it was against the law to run for-profit schools. At least I didn't know of any. You know, it wasn't a thing then. And now it's like, you know, the Republicans and the billionaires are like, you know, how can we make money out of all the stuff that's necessary, education, healthcare, things like this. And the process is they're devastating our country and they're destroying our people. Well said, Marie. Thank you so much for the call. Very well said.